Hi, my name is Kayleigh. I am a licensed clinical social worker at Play Therapy Connection. I am currently certifying in both synergetic play therapy and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR for short. I currently work with both adults and children and adolescents, adults in a telehealth setting, and children in person play therapy, mainly utilizing SPT. So, what inspired me to become a play therapist? So, growing up, I currently also have a very large family on both sides. And I was constantly surrounded by my cousins, older, younger, but I constantly gravitated towards children and kiddos and found myself constantly analyzing behaviors and wanting to learn more about why we did the certain things that we did or do, and how our environment impacts our nervous systems and the way that we respond to things. And so I was constantly engaging with younger cousins, whether it was babysitting or just playing or, again, observing. So I would say at a very young age, that's where on like a fundamental level, that's where I became interested in play therapy. As well as myself growing up, a lot of times I felt like I was outside my window of tolerance of what my nervous system could handle. And I really had no idea how to manage those emotions and feelings, even with such a supportive family and environment growing up. And so as I got older and learned more about mental health and was in my graduate program and becoming a more informed social worker, I really became invested in play therapy because I learned so much about myself as well as just how I would be able to help kiddos that I was always constantly gravitating towards, anyways, as they grew up as well. So that leads me to my next question of what is my favorite part about being a play therapist? So there's so many aspects. One, the relationships with kids and just their pure authenticity at times. The things they say, the fun that we can have together just at baseline. I thoroughly enjoy getting to hang out with them and going and interacting with them and just seeing what comes out of their mouths. But on a more intrinsic viewpoint, I find so much joy and I am so honored and humbled by the fact that I get to be a part of their developmental journey and experience things that they struggle in the playroom. So it's incredible for me to see, while also working with adults, that I have these 30, 40, 50-year-old adults who are coming to me like, why is this the case? Why do I respond to things like this? How can I sort of reshift or restructure my thinking around things like this? I think it's so cool to be able to do that with kiddos at such a young age so that they can have those tools and skills to continue building upon as they get older. And that we get to start working with them so early on and developmentally prepare them for adversity as it comes their way and help them learn how to regulate their nervous system. So it's sort of a twofold process of like the relationship and just the authenticity and like how hilarious and fun kids are to be around, paired with just how amazing it is that we get to create this environment for them where they feel safe to learn the tools that they need to learn as they continue to grow older, and how they already are and will be impacting the world in such a better place because kids are incredible. What do I like to do when I'm not working? So I live with my husband and my 6-year-old Bernese mountain dog. Obviously, being in Colorado, sort of the generic answer, we love to go hiking, be outdoors, long walks in like all the parks around the Denver area are beautiful with the mountain views. We love visiting Breckenridge, and mountain biking during the summer. That's definitely one of my highlights. And then I equally love curling up with a good book on the couch and just having a quiet night in, as well as visiting my family. All lives out of state, so visiting my family in Virginia. I have a 3 and a 1 year old niece and nephew who, again, bring so much joy to my life, and I try and fly home as often as possible to get to just spend, even if it's just a weekend, with them, hanging out, again, playing outside, doing arts and crafts, things like that. It really fills my cup. So those are all of the things I really enjoy doing when I'm not working. And yeah, I look forward to meeting you, and hopefully working with your kiddo, and all the work that we can do together.